Hello and welcome to Entertainment News Break, your source of what's hot this week in TV and movies.
We're your hosts.
I'm Brandon, thank you for joining us.
And I'm Taylor, and this week we have exciting news in upcoming movies, television premieres, and the industry itself.
Some people wish they could fly and others wish they could be invisible. What would really happen if that became reality? In Miss Pendergram's home for particular children, a boy named Jake stumbles upon a refuge for children who have such abilities. While all seems safe, he realizes that there are people out to get these kids. Will he find out who can be trusted? Check Miss Pendergram's Home for Particular Children, September 30th in theaters. Let's take a look at the trailer.
Also coming to theaters on September 30th is a drama-filled movie, Denial. Denial tells the story of the legal battle between Deborah E. Lipstand and David Ivering after Lipstand accused Ivering of denying the Holocaust ever happened. Watch to see if they can prove that the Holocaust really did happen to a man who seems to think it didn't. Let's check out the trailer.
Coming to Netflix this week are a few popular titles. The Foster Season 4 is going on to the streaming site on September 24th. On September 25th, Netflix is adding the widely popular cartoon Family Guy to the collection for its 14th season. Finally, on September 30th, the second season of the MTV series Scream is streaming to viewers.
Also coming to Netflix this week are two originals made by the company. The first is Amanda Knox, which is a documentary-style movie that tells the true story of Amanda Knox. The documentary will be streaming on September 30th. Second on the list is another superhero show called Marvel's Luke Cage. Alongside other Netflix superhero originals, is sure to go over well with fans. It will also be streaming on September 30th.
Coming up, we have Chris with a discussion about the new American Horror Story.
Hello everyone, I'm Chris, here with ENB Discussions. With me I have Brandon and Mike. And right now we're going to talk about American Horror Story Roanoke Episode 2.
Yes.
So, big question on everybody's minds.
Why didn't they leave the house?
Why haven't they left the house?
It boggles my mind that she literally said in the first episode, the first 10 minutes, I knew something felt bad here. But they still bought the house, moved in, went through all this crap, and they still are living there, so.
Life savings totally gone, all on the house.
I wouldn't care. I'd be like, I'm leaving. I don't care. I'll make up some money somewhere else.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they tried to leave. They got in touch with that guy and they were trying to get out of there, but he was like, you guys just bid for the house.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have the same sort of like insurance that a lot of other people do when they get the house, so. Yeah.
But at that point, I would have been like, I don't even care about the money. I'll just go.
Just get out.
I don't want to die in this house.
There's a Motel 6 or something that we can find, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But like, what is up with this weird, like, these nurses with, I guess, like the geriatric home or whatever that were killing these tenants? Like, what?
I don't know quite, but they seem to all want to murder people in this home that had the same first letter name that like would spell murder, and it was just like, okay.
Yeah.
Seems like a cheesy slasher movie thing.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, not only do they run out of the house towards the scary lady waving at them, they go into that dark dark cellar like right outside their house.
Yeah.
Like,
but as soon as we found out that they were trying to spell murder, I was like trying to think of these characters' names. Be like, okay, do any of them start with the letter R? When are we gonna meet somebody whose name starts with R? And they're just gonna die. We know that, like, unless they introduce like everybody from here on out, gotta be like Rick, Ryan.
Well, I mean, we're still waiting on
Like,
Evan Peters.
That's
He
true.
hasn't shown up yet. And I mean, Lady Gaga had like a small appearance, but.
well, what? I saw her name in the credits. What was she?
She's like that little like feral thing behind the main,
Oh.
like Kathy Bates.
Oh my God.
Yeah, she was
okay.
the little.
I did not notice
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
I did.
That's kind of neat that she didn't like put herself out there.
Yeah. She said she has a lot smaller role this time than Hotel.
Well, I hope we still see her again.
Oh yeah. Me
Yeah,
too.
that was cool. I mean, I'm sure we're going to see a lot more as the call to the season goes along. And that was the other thing I was a little iffy about was like when they revealed that the pig creature we saw in the first episode was them like sacrificing some guy and like putting a pig head.
Yeah, that was really weird.
Yeah.
Well, the thing that was weird to me was then the guy started making those screeching pig noises, but that can't be him. Like, is it like because it's going through the pig mask?
Some
like,
sort of dark magic, yeah.
I have no idea.
Look, I'm just glad that we're getting past like the American Horror Story being like this kooky, quirky, like, hey, we're so edgy sort of darkness, and it's getting more like, this is terrifying, this is a horror show it's really nice because like my first season was Hotel, and I was very turned off the show because it was very, I feel, edgy, and it wasn't very scary.
I've been an OG fan since day one, and season 1, hands down, still the best.
Okay, well I'll have to check that out.
Season 1's the best.
Yeah, this has been my introduction to the show.
Really?
But yeah. I don't know.
You're missing out. Season 1 and 3, fantastic. 2 and 4, nah. 5 is good.
Oh yeah, the other interesting thing that they revealed was that the guy that Cuba Gooding Jr.'s character, because he got like hit off in that first episode, yeah, he might be hallucinating some of the stuff that's going on because of his injury.
Well, sadly, I assure you that you are not hallucinating. We will be back after this next break. See you soon.
You know that show everyone's been talking about?
Schizophrenia.
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 I know you watch Schizophrenia, right?
Excuse me?
Dude, these charts are off the radar.
Oh my god.
Where are we still screaming?
Oh no, wait, let's stop!
Okay!
On Plaster, on Dasher, on Cupid and Jack, on Pinocchio, on Walter White, on spinach on toast.
And it's all over. What an incredible display of good sportsmanship.
What's up? How are you doing?
Leave my room.
You always think that newborns are going to look a little more developed. So people, they always come to me for life advice. And I'm like, you know, you just got to get yourself out there, you know?
3, 2, 1, action. Oh gosh.
Yes, tell your friends, but only the hot ones.
Oh, hey, Devontae. I gotta work on something, man. I want you to check it out.
Keep working on it.
Okay.
The team from Criminal Minds tries to track down one of the 13 prisoners that escaped from prison at the end of the previous season. Will they be able to accomplish this task? Find out on the season 12 premiere on September 28th on CBS.
Marvel's Luke Cage follows a man who was given super strength and durability by a sabotage experiment. Now it's up to him to keep the city safe with his newfound powers. You can catch Mike Coulter as Luke Cage when this show hits Netflix on Friday, September 30th. Let's take a look at the trailer.
If you're a fan of reality competition series, then you must have heard of Big Brother. It's the show that started it all. Last week's season 18 ended, and fans will once again have to wait until next summer if they want more Big Brother. Or will they? Big Brother Over the Top starts only a week after season 18 ends, so fans around the country can rejoice. Big Brother Over the Top will sadly not be on regular television, but will be available on CBS All Access.
Younger follows Liza Miller, a single mother looking to reboot her career as a 26-year-old after being mistaken for younger than she actually is. Tune in to see if Liza can keep her employers in the dark on her actual age when Younger's third season premieres September 28th on TV Land.
Saturday Night Live is back for its 42nd season, but sadly, not every cast member will be back. Jay Farrow, Taryn Kilman, and John Rudnitsky were all dropped from their contracts. With the 3 veterans out of the cast, 3 rookies were recruited, and they have big shoes to fill. You can see what Mikey Day, Alex Moffat, and Melissa Villanueva have to offer when Saturday Night Live comes back October 1st. That's all we have for now in television. Up next, we have your host Chris with another group discussion involving Harley Quinn.
Hello everyone, we're back with our ENB discussion panel. With me this time, I have Brandon and Alexa. So have you guys heard that Harley Quinn is getting her own spin-off solo movie?
Yeah, I have. I'm actually really excited about it, just because she's like such a strong female lead for like, she's not your average like Katniss or like Bella Swan or something. She's straight up evil, but she does it well. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. Like I liked how she wasn't really like a damsel in distress either. She could take care of herself. Like it didn't matter what was coming her way in Suicide Squad. Like she took everything on with like a baseball bat or like a wooden hammer.
Yeah.
I mean, she had guns too, but she still used her bat most of the time. I thought that was really exciting.
She like never, her thing is that like, she is all or nothing. She's going to just put her all in it or not do it at all, basically. And I really like that about her because if she had a movie like that, it would probably do like great in the box office, not just because it's Harley Quinn, but just because she's such a strong person.
Can't forget that this spin-off movie will be one of the first female-led superhero movies.
Right, it's not just Harley Quinn, it's a whole bunch of female characters. And the one that I'm hoping for is Poison Ivy, because in the comics, that over time, and sometimes in the animated series, which was where Harley Quinn was invented, her and Poison Ivy actually had an ongoing relationship that got serious and almost helped her split up from the Joker, but in the comics, she would always go back to Joker. She was pretty much always Joker's lackey. But in the animated series, over time, she became more independent, which was really neat.
You see, I didn't know that. Do you have any actresses that you would like to see portray Poison Ivy?
None that really stick out to me. I mean, the only actress that has played Poison Ivy is Uma Thurman in the great Batman and Robin.
That was the Tim Burton series, right?
That was part of the Tim Burton series,
Right.
but that was Joel Schumacher's film, which tried to recapture some of the 60s Batman, and yeah, it was just pretty bad.
But personally, I've seen a lot of people saying that they would love to see Natalie Dormer from Game of Thrones. She plays Marjorie Tyrell. That she would be a really good Poison Ivy. But additional characters that people have rumored to be in this movie are members of the Birds of Prey. That's Batgirl and Huntress.
Right. And Birds of Prey did get its own like live action series in the 90s, but that kind of like tampered off. Like I don't know, like it's the cool thing about this is there's so many concepts that have never been put to film before. I mean, we've seen Batman, we've seen a good chunk of his Rogues Gallery, but now, yeah, a female-led superhero film with villains and good characters and just a whole mix. It could be really good.
Yeah. So, do you guys think that this could be like a Guardians of the Galaxy type feel, where Harley Quinn's gonna like lead her own group of rogues to do good in a villain's world?
I think that was kind of what Suicide Squad was. Kind of like how, like, not necessarily like the Avengers with what Marvel's doing, but like kind of like their DC's own spin-off of it, you know?
Yeah, I totally feel that, especially with the soundtrack and everything. Sadly, this is all the time we have for this discussion. Join us next time. We'll be back after a brief break.
Didn't see you there. If you weren't aware, this is IUP-TV. You can do many things. You can be behind the camera, in the studio, but by far, the hardest thing you have to do is be the hostess with the mostest. A major key to being hostess with the mostest is excellence. As a matter of fact, I drink it every morning. Hey, yo, this is cold. Jeez. Yeah, that looks good to me. Looks good. Major qualifications to be a host is hardworking, leadership, and also really, really outgoing. It's a lot more than just being good looking. So I have one question for you. Do you have what it takes to be host?
5, 4.
Excuse me, I have a show to do.
2, 1.
Welcome to Generation Gap. I'm your host, Vincent Lowry, and today we will be talking about...
What's up, Indiana? You're listening to WIUP-FM 90.1.
Hey guys, I'm Tiffany with this week's Box Office Top 5. At number 5, we have the much anticipated thriller Don't Breathe. Adding a tenser addition to the typical home invasion genre, the film follows 3 thieves who recklessly break into the house of wealthy people. However, their lives are all in danger when they become trapped inside trying to invade their not-so-easy target. At number 4, we have a political thriller by director Oliver Stone. Critics say this is one of Stone's best films since JFK. With a star-studded cast including Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Shailene Woodley, and Scott Eastwood, to name a few, the film follows Edward Snowden, Gordon-Levitt, a computer professional who's held responsible for leaking classified information from the National Security Agency. The decision puts him in a tough spot as a traitor, hero, and fugitive simultaneously. Coming in at number 3 is the romantic comedy Bridget Jones' Baby. What looks like the final installment of this series after what critics call a disappointing week in the box office, the film focuses on America's most relatable fictional character, Bridget Jones, who is now knocked up and trying to figure out who the baby father is. Bringing in over $9.5 million at number 2 is the horror Blair Witch. Whether the film made a successful attempt at recapturing the magic of the original Blair Witch Project remains up in the air. The film follows a man and his friends as he tries to solve the mystery circulating his missing sister. The group learns that apparently her sudden disappearance is tied to the sinister legend that is Blair Witch. And topping the box office at number 1, bringing in over $21.5 million this week, is the drama Sully. Director Clint Eastwood delivers once again with the help of actor Tom Hanks. In the film, Hanks' character, Captain Chesley Sully Sullenberger, becomes a hero after hundreds of passengers survive following the emergency landing he made. However, his fame is short-lived when an unexpected investigation jeopardizes everything. That's it this week with our box office top 5. Up next, we have another discussion involving summer flicks, and after that, we have industry news coming your way.
Hello, everyone. We're back with our ENB discussion panel. Right now, I have Talon and Mercedes with us, and we're going to discuss what we watched this summer because it's been summer of things coming out. So, Mercedes, what have you watched?
This summer I saw Finding Dory in theaters, and I also watched Orange is the New Black season 4, and I think that's it.
Okay.
I didn't watch a lot this summer, but Finding Dory was really good. It was, usually, sequel Disney films can be like all or nothing, and it was definitely all. It was really good. It was a really cute take on like Dory's backstory and how she ends up finding her parents, and it's really sentimental for kids our age that saw like Finding Nemo growing up.
Was it 10 years that it came out?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
It's a long time to make a movie.
Yeah. And watching Ellen's hype on her show, it was great.
I don't usually watch Ellen, but I'm sure that was really great because she's the voice actress for Dory, in case anybody doesn't know. So, Talon.
Definitely summer of movies. Summer of scary movies, but started off seeing Sausage Party. Hands down, like the best movie that I've watched like 5 times since I've got back to school.
Really?
Yeah. Sausage Party is just one of those movies to where if you like to laugh and you have like a pretty, not messed up mind, but like you're very imaginative, Sausage Party is the movie for you. My friends also came down to visit me this summer in Atlanta. We seen Lights Out, the new scary movie. And let me tell you, Diana, she's someone you don't want to mess with, honestly. Diana is. So what's another? I saw Don't Breathe.
Okay.
Don't Breathe with the blind guy. Didn't know blind men could do stuff like that, but it was definitely one of my top movies this summer. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was there anything else?
What else did I see? I think that's it.
All right.
I think that's all I've seen.
So neither of you guys saw Stranger Things?
No.
No. I started Stranger Things,
No.
and I started at night, and it started to freak me out, so I just turned it off, and I never got the chance to turn it back on.
It's got a little bit of an X-Files vibe to it. If you guys ever watch the X-Files, it's same thing as Stranger Things, same feel.
I'll probably end up watching it.
So
sometime.
you said you watched Orange is the New Black?
Yeah.
Do you think that they're gonna keep moving forward?
Oh yeah.
More seasons?
I think they're already renewed for like 2 more seasons at least.
At least.
Yeah. This, spoiler in case, but they killed off one of the best characters this summer. And it was like an outrage heartbreak for everybody that watched it. But they sort of portrayed it in a way, she was like a very educated, well brought up African-American woman, and they killed her off with sort of a way that portrayed police brutality that's happening in today now. So, they did it very well, but it's still one of those things, even though she's not a real person. It tugs at the heartstrings for her character, but also for what's happening today. So they did it very well, but it may not be as enjoyable because she's not there anymore. So I don't know how I feel about the future seasons.
Yeah, that's always bittersweet when one of your favorite characters dies.
Yeah.
But it's really important that shows in the public eye, these popular shows, really give social commentary.
I'm actually pretty ashamed to say that I stopped watching Orange is the New Black after season 2, but I've heard it was like really good, and I need to really get back on it because
Season 2 was like decent.
Yeah, so that's why I stopped. That's why.
Yeah, season 3 was slightly more decent, but season 4 it was really good.
Worth watching.
Season 4 was definitely
worth
really
my
good.
binging.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I have much of that to do.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think that's all we have time for right now. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you some other time.
So I've been noticing a little bit of a lack of enthusiasm with the crew and with the campus, and I'm thinking that's because our show's not out yet.
I don't think that's the reason for the lack of enthusiasm.
Hold on, you don't know where I'm going with this. That's why I think we should get some advertising going on. You know, pop up a couple of posters, billboard or two.
No. So I kind of just jumped on board with this project thing, and it seems like these guys have a lot of trouble staying focused.
Hey! Not cool, man! Not cool! Stop it!
See, $20 right there.
What the heck? Sure, it's kind of cute when she's angry.
Oh my god! What have you done?
Prepare to be amazed.
Okay, turn off the music. Cody, stop dancing and get off set. It's time to start the show.
I'm just trying to pull out my inner Beyonce. There's no time. We'll have a later segment for that. You gotta go.
Yeah, get out of here.
Hi, I'm Talon, and this is this week's entertainment news. Last week, it was announced that Margot Robbie, Suicide Squad's Harley Quinn, will be producing and starring in her own spin-off of the film. The studio has already started production of the film. So far, not much is known about the film, but we do know that Warner Brothers definitely snatched up the idea, and some rumored characters may be those from DC's Birds of Prey. Hardcore Green Day fans will be excited to hear that Billy Joe Armstrong will be leading in another movie this year. Ordinary World is a film following the life of an aging punk rocker that must settle into his family life. The film was originally released with the title Geezer earlier this year, but went through a title change to Ordinary World. The film's release date has been announced to be October 14th and will also include a release to realtors the same day. Last Tuesday, Brangelina fans across the country were shocked to hear that Angelina Jolie has recently filed for a divorce from her 2-year marriage with Brad Pitt. Although the two have only been married for 2 years, they have been inseparable since 2004. Many rumors are surrounding the news, but many people wonder who will take the custody of their 6 children. Well guys, that's all we have for this week for news. Up next is Chris closing out the night with another group discussion about Ordinary World.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Entertainment News Break Discussions. With me right now, I have Lindsay and Mercedes. So, word on the street, Billy Joe Armstrong has a movie. Guy from Green Day? What's that about? Do you guys know about that?
Well, I just read about it. It's called Ordinary World, I think. I hope. And I know it's due to release October 14th. So it's in theaters and on DVD and with retailers the same day. So
Okay.
Day-to-day release.
What's the movie about?
Basically, it's a big parallel to his life. He's around 4 years old, and he had a huge rock star life, and now he feels like he needs to settle with family and try to still fit into the rock star world, which draws parallels a lot from his real life. It's almost like the script was wrote for him. Word on the street, we don't know that. But yeah, like in his real life, he was a pretty wild rock star, and then he got married pretty early on in like '94, and now he has kids, and we see instead of him having a huge career in this movie, it's sort of like it didn't work out that well, you know, so he's trying to sort of find his identity between a parent and a family man and a rock star.
Oh, that's pretty interesting. So it's sort of like him telling the story of his own life, but maybe dramatizing certain parts of it, and bringing certain elements of it to life in different ways than actually happen. That's pretty interesting. Has he done any other movies?
He's done several other movies that Lindsay would know about because she's obsessed. But you know, like he did like American Idiot on Broadway.
That's true.
Yeah, even though most of it was like his rock opera thing, there were points where he played the character Saint Jimmy.
Oh, that's right.
On tour.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's really interesting.
Yeah, that's kind of what really started like people starting offering like acting stuff. And I remember on Netflix there was Sunday Like Rain, and he was like, he was a real jerk. He was like sort of emotionally abusive guy, and again he kind of wanted a music career, and that's what he was obsessed with. But he wasn't the main character, and now we see here he's finally gets a lead role. So we see that he's really starting to. It seems like he's really liking acting as well as music.
It's really interesting seeing all these like celebrities branch out, going from music into acting or writing in a more traditional sense.
Yeah, I think it's really interesting too that they chose, you know, Billy Joe to be in this kind of movie, you know, with the punk like aspect to it, because you know, even though a lot of like old school Green Day fans think that Green Day is like a huge punk sellout, you know, he's still like a recognizable face that everybody could know. So it's not only bringing in like the punk community that still do love him, but it's bringing in other people that casually listen to Green Day that, you know, might find interest in the movie as well.
Yeah, or like anybody that even listened to Green Day as a kid and have kind of fallen off. Yeah, that's really interesting that this guy's got his own movie now. It's basically a dramatized documentary on his life. Well, I think that's all the time we have right now to talk about stuff on ENB Discussions. I'll see you later. We'll be back.